Hare Krishna. The question is, can we offer anything to Lord Shri Krishna? You stand before him questioning whether what you have to offer is enough, don't you? Your heart is heavy because you think your devotion isn't grand enough, isn't perfect enough. You look at others with their elaborate rituals, their confident prayer, their seemingly flawless spiritual practices, and you feel inadequate, uncertain, like your heart doesn't matter because it doesn't look like what you think devotion should look like. You have been telling yourself that story for too long now. Let me show you right there and tell you something that will shake everything you believe about devotion. You cannot offer him anything, nothing, nor a single thing. Listen carefully. Krishna is the sun that rises every morning and the moon that guides your night. Krishna is the earth beneath your feet and the sky above your head. The water you drink flows from Krishna. The air you breathe is Krishna's very essence. Every flower that blooms, every grain of rice that feeds you, every precious stone hidden in the mountains, all of this emerges from Krishna being. Krishna is the fire in your heart and the space between the stars, the gold you treasure, the diamonds you admire, the very atoms that make up your body. Everything that exists in three worlds is nothing but Krishna's own energy manifested in countless forms. Do you know why? Because Krishna is Bhagwan. He already owns everything. He is Golaknath, the Lord of Golika. He is Jagannath, the Lord of the universe. Every atom in existence belongs to him. Every treasure in the three worlds is already him. So what actually do you think you can give Krishna that he doesn't already possess? But then why did he say in Bhagavad Gita, in the 9th chapter, verse 26, he told Arjun, and through him, he is telling everyone that if anyone offers me a leaf, a flower, fruit, or water with love and devotion, I will accept. The offering itself doesn't matter, the devotion behind it does. So the answer is no, we cannot offer anything unless it is mixed with elements of devotion or bhakti and to the lotus feet of Shri Krishna. My dear friend, pause here for a moment. I know your heart is tearing with question, with prayers you have been carrying silently. Right now, take a deep breath. Feel Krishna's presence with you. If you have something burning in your heart that you wish to share with Krishna, a question, a fear, a hope, a prayer, don't hold it back. Grab your phone or sit with pen and paper. Pour your heart into a letter for Krishna. Send it to modernaimystic@gmail.com with the subject letter to Krishna. You can include your name or remain anonymous, whatever feels right for your soul. We will collect every letter this week and send these vibrations into the universe together. On next week, Tuesday's video, we will read your letters aloud, your prayers, your hopes, your stories, so they may resonate with every soul watching. Here is the secret that changes everything. Krishna doesn't want our offerings, he wants our heart. Let me tell you about two offerings that were made to Krishna. And I want you to pay attention because this will open your eyes to what really matters. Duryodhan once invited him to his palace. You should have seen the spread he prepared. Raj Bhog, Chappan Bhog, 56 varieties of the most expensive delicacies money could buy. Golden plates, silver cups, servants everywhere. He spent a fortune trying to impress Krishna. He thought his wealth would win him favor. Krishna refused to eat even a single bite. Then there was Vidur and his wife. When Krishna arrived at their humble home, they were so excited, so overwhelmed with joy to see him that they started peeling bananas to serve him. But in their nervous excitement, their hands trembling with love, they kept offering Krishna the peels and eating the bananas themselves. They didn't even realize what they were doing. And you know what Krishna did? He ate those banana peels like they were the sweetest ambrosia. He savored every bite because those peels came soaked in pure, innocent love. Do you see the difference? Duryodhan's feast was perfect in every way except one. He had no love in it. It was a calculated move, an attempt to manipulate Krishna. Vidur's banana peel were worthless by worldly standards, but they were priceless because they came from hearts that was bursting with devotion. We have been asking ourselves the wrong questions. We have been wondering, does Krishna want big temples? Does he want expensive jewelry? Does he want royal feast? Does he want silk clothes? The answer is simple. Krishna don't want any of that. The only thing Lord Krishna craves, the only thing that attracts him, the one who is called all attractive, is our love. How desperately we long for him. How much we think about him. How our heart races when we remember his name. You want to know what other offering touches Krishna's heart the most? a tulsi leaf, a simple leaf that costs nothing, that grows freely in the earth. This humble leaf is dearest to him, not because it is rare or expensive, but because it represents the pure heart of devotion, simple, natural, and offered without pretense. When we place a tulsi leaf before Krishna, we are offering the essence of surrender itself. You know what real devotion looks like? It's the mother who whispers Krishna's name while cooking food for her family, turning every meal into a prayer. It's the student who remembers Krishna before an exam, not asking for success but offering their effort. It's the father working late hours who still find a moment to be grateful for his children's laughter. Real love doesn't calculate the cost, it only knows how to give everything it has. We don't need grand gesture to touch Krishna's soul. We can offer him our quiet moment of gratitude before our first sip of morning tea. We can offer Krishna our whispered prayer when we are stuck in traffic. We can offer Krishna our tears when life feels overwhelming. We can offer Krishna our smile when we see a child playing. These simple, heartfelt moments, this is what Krishna treasures most. Stop believing that our friend, our creator, is impressed by what impresses the world. My dear friend, Krishna don't need your perfection. Krishna needs your presence. Krishna don't need your wealth. Krishna needs your willingness to remember. Krishna don't need your grand gestures. Krishna needs your genuine heart. Let's go to him with whatever we have. Even if it's just a moment of remembering Krishna's name, even if it's just a silent prayer, even if it's just looking at the sky and thinking of him. Because when love and devotion touch anything, even the smallest leaf, even a drop of water, it becomes precious beyond measure. What will you offer him today? Thank you for sharing this sacred space with me today. Your letter for Krishna is more than words. It is a frequency that ripples through your life and beyond. Send your letters to modernaimystic@gmail.com. On next week's Tuesday video, we will read your letters aloud, your prayers, your hopes, your stories, so they may resonate with every soul watching. We are on a mission to bring India's ancient knowledge to the new generation in a practical way. If you want to join us in this mission, please click that subscribe button and check links in the description. Until then, stay open, stay curious, and keep your heart tuned to the divine frequency. Radhe Krishna and take care.